minors. You just got brought up to Bowie's Creek last week. It's your second season in the minors, and you came here in a little bit of a unique way because you didn't play college baseball per se. So let's start at the very beginning. When did you start playing baseball?
When I was young, probably around 3. Started up playing t-ball and then just been doing it ever since.
You're playing in high school, and then you make the decision to either go to college and play somewhere, or you decide to go to ECU. What went into that decision for you?
Well, it's like I tell a lot of people, a high school senior thinks that they're good enough. Every high school senior thinks they're good enough to play Division I baseball. The few offers I did get were JUCO, smaller schools, and I wanted something bigger than that, so I went there, thought I could walk on, and it didn't work out, and then found out about the club team, and it all kind of spiraled from there.
You played club ball, but you didn't give up on playing varsity ball at ECU. You went out and tried out every year. So what was that like?
I try to keep a positive mindset. Those were my aspirations, was to play Division I college baseball. So that's just kind of how I took it every year. In the off season, worked hard, try to get back, and make the team. But it is what it is, and I wouldn't change it.
What was different about playing club baseball and just the camaraderie with your team there and the success that you had?
Club baseball, there's not as much structure as a typical Division I program. So, there's a lot of accountability falls on yourself. But as far as, the camaraderie with the guys, it's a special thing. Like, it's a special group. I've never met, a group of guys and just instantly bonded with them the way I did with them. And, like I said, I'm very thankful for them, the experiences that we shared and the moments that we created together. And they're some of my best friends that I'll have for the rest of my life, and I'm very grateful for them.
Well, you're kind of skipping over a big thing that you guys accomplished.
Yeah, we won the World Series last year, and they're actually right now today they're starting the World Series again. They made it back, so good luck to the boys.
So when you were playing club, you started out as a shortstop, and then you started pitching. Did you like pitching? You just kind of got thrown into it?
Yeah, no, I like pitching. I threw a little bit in high school, not too much though. And then we had a shortstop on the club team that was, he's a really good player, and I probably wasn't going to play over him. So Joe, the coach at the time, thought that would be the spot that fit me best. And I guess I got to give some of the credit to him because he's the one that wanted me to make that transition, and it worked out really well.
So then you go in hoping that you're going to make a professional team as a pitcher. What was that process like?
I guess it's pretty unrealistic to think, honestly, but being realistic, it won't get you to where you need to be. Taking that unrealistic approach and believing in yourself, it really helped me to get there.
What were you thinking on that drive up to that workout, and what was the timing of that?
It was a couple of days after the draft. I'd actually just went to an open tryout for the Burlington Royals. Got the text from Tim asking me to come up and throw for him. I took my coach, one of my good friends, Ben Fox, with me at the time. On the way up, we just kind of talked about it and just treat it like any other bullpen. Try to not make it bigger than what it was, even though it was a pretty big scenario that was about to be played out. But he told me that if I go out there and perform like I'm capable, everything will be okay. And he believed in me, and him instilling that mentality in me really helped out a lot. And we went out there and did it.
So you still got the phone call.
Yeah.
It wasn't in the same way that most people do.
Yeah.
It wasn't as a college player getting called in the draft, but as a club baseball player at ECU, you went and had a tryout. What was your phone call like?
It was kind of surreal. It was a very exciting moment, emotional moment. I worked hard for it for a long time, and I was very grateful to get it. I was glad I could share that moment with Ben as well. We've been through a lot together the last 5 years, and it's not to be cheesy, but it was a dream come true. It's something I've always wanted since I was very little, and I'm very thankful for the opportunity that they gave me.
You've been thrown into baseball all the time, very different than playing club baseball, I'm sure. What's been the biggest thing you've had to adjust to?
Probably trying to not make it bigger than what it is. Like you said, coming from a club baseball team, hopping into a professional, I'm high A now. there's a lot of like glamour around it and things like that. So trying to really just focus on the game and not make it any bigger than what it is. And even though I'm in a stadium with 8,000 people or however many people here in Bowie, you just stick to what I know and continue to try to do my best and compete at this level and like I'm capable of doing. Just keeping that mentality, I think, is probably the toughest thing for me right now.
Definitely. You had a different path, but you still made it. You still belong here just like everybody else does. So I understand, I have to kind of keep that in mind. So what would be something that you tell younger players to help them, that if they might not be, making their varsity squad the first year?
Just stick to your dreams, set your goals high. There's a million different ways to get here. Like, I've told many people it's an unconventional route that I've taken. It's not very common. But, just persevere, stay determined, and just stick to what you know and what you believe in and have a good work ethic, and you can do it.